Hello, and welcome to the Student Organization 101 Training for Events. Let's jump into it. So what are events? What is an event here on campus? Anything hosted by a recognized student organization. So it can be activities, programs, speakers, tabling, displays, all of the above. What types of events need the Office of Engagement approval? Events that invite community outside of the general body membership of an organization. So whether that's campus community, whether that's Milwaukee community, or alumni, those are the types of events that need OEI approval. So events continue. So event approval components. So if you're hosting an event on campus, you're going to need to make a reservation through the AMU event services, and you can do that by following the link here. So understand that there's two levels of how to request an event. So first would be the reservation, or would be the event request, and that's sort of the content part of your event. And so that's explaining sort of the components of your event, the purpose of it, and that is actually going to be through OEI and Marquee. And knowing that just because you book a space, that doesn't mean event approval, and knowing that if your event isn't approved by the OEI, your reservation will not be held for that space. So we work together, so if you get an approval from them before you get an approval from us, knowing that you still need our approval for the event to happen. When coordinating an event, it is important that you have a plan. Feel free to utilize the link provided to have an idea of how to coordinate a program and event at Marquette. The OEI is notified when you submit an event request, and event services is notified when it's approved by the OEI. Events are rarely approved during finals week. That's just to be mindful and understand that our students should be focusing on their academic studies during those weeks. AMU event services. So if you follow the link provided, you'll have a better understanding of the site, and you'll also be offered the opportunity to look at the reservation spaces and what you can request. And you can even indicate whether that's a singular event, a one-time, whether it's just one event in program, whether you have multiple dates for recurring meetings and practices, recurring meetings, special requests, special room setup, and outdoor activities as well. Here are some Sodexo policy reminders. So organizations may wonder if they can bring their own food into the AMU for events, and only if the event is not in the ballrooms, Marquette Place, the Lunder Room, and making your own food has to be comparable to a value that is less than $250 and or less than 20 people at an event. Food has to be provided by a licensed kitchen with no restrictions. Most often, licensed kitchens are going to be restaurants. The Innovation Kitchen also provides services for programs. Sodexo does authentic cultural and religious meals as well. When traveling for an event, how do you get that approved? So you're going to first get approval through a Marquee event request, and then if you're going somewhere overnight, you're going to have to do some additional paperwork and have a meeting with the student organization staff. If you're driving or trying to drive to the location, you should be aware that all drivers must complete approved driver authorization forms, and this will allow for 24 to 48 hours to get access to the modules. If it's a club sports travel, you're going to want to talk to Scott Andrick. And if you're interested in international travel, you'll have to connect with the Office of International Education a year in advance. Risk management. So this was also mentioned in the Student Orgs 101, but just to revisit, if you have any sense that you'll be working with minors, such as children, it's important that you're connecting with risk management to ensure that you're following all the safety policies. So reaching out to Alexa Gianos Steinberg is a great start, and ensuring that you're filling out the risk management form is super important, which you can follow the link below. Understanding that when you're working with minors, you will need to complete the form if their parents are not present, if there's any chance with an interaction with minors, and if you're unsure, just email risk management. Alcohol. So alcohol is allowed at events within reason. Creating a specific plan and being responsible for what will be needed And then the approval process begins with the marquee event request form. Understand that you cannot use your organization funds to buy your alcohol, and the focus of your event cannot be on alcohol. So no bar crawls, no happy hours, nothing like that. You're going to have to fill out forms about being an event host, a risk management form, and a third-party vendor form. On-campus events must use Sodexo as the provider. Sorority fraternity life chapters must follow council risk management requirements as well. With that said, we want to thank you for taking the time to watch our Org Basic 101, looking at events and understanding the expectations for our organizations that are hosting and facilitating events on campus. If you have any questions, email the Office of Engagement and Inclusion student orgs at engaged@marquette.edu.